Well, hello. Welcome back to the creative life. I hope you're all having a beautiful day full of lessons and enlightenment. Today, for me, was a big, heavy day of learning. It was a Poo-Shoe kind of day, as was lovely term that my daughter and one of her aunts used to joke about. And I should have taken it as a warning today when having two dogs and walking them all the time and never stepping in poo. Today, I sure as heck did. So, my journey started like that today. Then I went to the wrong work site. And on that journey to the work site, I was um, moved by some Instagram feeds and feeling very supported and loved. Definitely had, some lovely moments of just reflecting on my journey and being grateful and showing gratitude for where I am and where this is taking me. And lo and behold, as the day went along, I decided it was payday and I should support one of the readers of tarot that I have really been connecting with and do a personal reading, only to quickly be sent down a rabbit hole of deception and basically scam. I quickly realized that was going on and pivoted, but ended up feeling very deflated. It was very discerning to find that somebody that I was really connecting with their message online ended up being a false prophet. But in the end, I guess that's the lesson that is to be learnt. We have to go through these negative experiences to get us sometimes to open our eyes and take a more realistic look at what is going on. Maybe take off those colored glasses of I guess a pure heart and realize that there are some deceitful people out there. And unfortunately, it's a world we live in. And even, you know, someone like me who's pretty street smart and had a lot of years of doing this life thing on this planet still can fall prey. Luckily, it wasn't any big amount of money, and I pivoted and got new cards and cut it off at that point. But it was still, like I said, very frustrating to find somebody that you were connecting with, and there was similarities in the path that was actually not there for good reasons. So the Lord or the Emperor card and cycle of my major arcana journey is well on its way of teaching me some very valuable lessons. Really, the truth in the matter is I had signs all day, but my rose-colored glasses kind of just swayed me from paying attention to what was going on. Stepping in the poo was the first sign. Then I pulled an angel card earlier today, which was Archangel Jophiel. And the angel reminds you it is time for you to wear the golden cloak of wisdom. So visualize yourself surrounded in gold light and be wise. My rose colored glasses didn't let me see the warning in this. So, I came home from my day and was quite deflated. pulled myself some cards, and yes, had the Empress in reverse, talking of deception, of spirituality, and you know, the base ended with strength, knowing that I can get past this. I decided to be proactive. I went to the park, kicked off my shoes, and grounded myself to let the earth's energy pull this negativity out of me. And as I was walking, I kicked a chestnut seed with my bare foot. And so I picked it up. I didn't know what it was at first, and realized immediately this was a sign of new beginnings, of letting that go, and the strength of resilience of moving away from a tree that supported you and going out on your own without that. It's funny too, there's been messages of um, on my journey about, this journey is within, and it's not always about what you hear from other people, because there's so many voices out there. It's great to have that confirmation as you go on this journey, and there's a lot of people out there who do, and there's a lot of people that I have supported on this journey that are amazing readers and have very, you know easy to navigate websites and payment systems. Today, the other sign was, from one thing to another, it took a while to get the payment through. Part of it was my side in reactivating an account or a payment platform that had not been used for a while, and then kind of not catching the quick signs that things were amok, because my rose colored glasses just wanted to help somebody who I thought was, you know, on the same wavelength with me. But as it turned out, I need to pull those glasses off and build my foundation and move forward with wisdom. And, that's a lesson that I'm glad I'm learning now. It's the beginning. It's only the first few days of this new cycle. So, oh my God, if this is my first lesson, what's going to happen by the new or by the full moon when the energies are full swing? But hopefully I can get through some of them, so it's not going to be so debilitating by the time that comes, because, um, I'm here to learn, I'm here to experience, and I hope you guys all are too. Be open. Don't let these kind of things get you down. I came back from the park. I wasn't going to do this live stream today, but after I smudged and got the cords removed from this experience, I figured, if this is about authenticity, if this is about transparency, uh, this is about doing it and inviting others to learn from my lessons, and to share in the experience that not all of the lessons are easy, and sometimes they're costly or not so costly, but it still um, was an extra expense that I didn't account for. I was planning on helping someone, and unfortunately, that didn't quite happen the way I wanted it to. But that's all right. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And let me tell you, I sure learned a lot today. Watch for the signs, not just the good ones, the bad ones. Don't rose color glass everything in life. Sometimes we need to be aware of cautionary signs as well. And sometimes before you act on that impulse, take a couple breaths and ask yourself, is this really something that is aligned with my energy, or is it something that I'm doing out of spontaneity and looking to help before I'm fully grounded, because the Lord or the Emperor cycle is all about building that foundation and building your boundaries and setting your mission so that you can go forward in your empire or your domain and rule it with wisdom and sure-footedness. So I'm getting there. This is the first day. I learned the lesson. I rebounded from the lesson. It was a very quick cycle of really processing this, which is really beautiful when you are in tune, when you are in line, when the divine's flowing through you. These kind of lessons aren't going to necessarily debilitate you if you don't let them. I could be resonating in that energy, but I decided to clear it and get on with my joyful living and take the lessons that were put in front of me as a learning opportunity and something that will build my armor stronger moving forward in preparation for future events. Um, yeah, so that was really my big journey today. And the other thing that I did, I was even in one of my past videos, I was so impressed with being in line with this false prophet that I did mention them in one of the previous videos. And I went back and cut that whole section out, mm, just to clear actually any kind of ties and cords that that person's presence has in my being. And there's still this piece of, oh, I don't know, hope that people are great, and maybe he was hacked, and maybe that, link that I linked on wasn't his regular link, and somebody got in there. But I did reach out on a different platform to see if there's a response. I'm not really holding too much faith in it, but you know, it will be what it is, and I've learned to learn, be observant of lessons, good or bad, signs, good or bad, and not take all signs as something that is moving me forward. Sometimes these signs actually give us warnings, and you need to be able to sense that. So there's the truth in the lesson today that I went through. I'm sure you've had some days where your lessons have been, not what you expected, and the path took you somewhere so you could learn something that will make you stronger. And that's what this is all about. I mean, we're always learning, good or bad. Some of the best ways to learn is by making mistakes. So, be aware, walk with sheer footing, really prepare yourself for the world ahead. I mean, it was overall really kind of debilitating having this happen today in the afternoon. I was kind of beside myself. Here I am, kind of taking a step forward with faith and really putting myself out here with this authentic website and trying to be transparent and hoping that other people are doing that same thing. And the reality of our world is there's a lot of people who are trying to profit off of other people's kindness, off of other people's vulnerability, off of other people's misfortune even. There's a lot of scammers out there targeting people who are lonely, people who are elderly, people who aren't as aware of the signs that this might not be, a legitimate transaction going on. For me, like I said before, like if it's not an easy transaction, if the website or the payment process seems at all confusing, take that step back. Go, is this right? This doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, you know, as much as you want to support this person, be aware that this just might not be a legitimate situation. I think even now with AI coming into it, it's going to be harder to discern some of these false prophets because, um, you know, there's voice replication and image replication happening out there now. I know. I wonder sometimes with some of the stuff that I hear of Joe Dispenza or some of the other, spiritualists out there, that it sounds like their voice has been used to sell a product or even just, promote a product or a community, but something sounds off in it. And I think that's one of the things we really need to be aware of, and we really need to call out when we know it's not true. It's everybody's responsibility to try and curb this corruption that's going on. So for me, I'm giving it 24 hours to see what the true situation is here that's unfolded. Of course, done all my precautions so no further payments can be processed or anything like that. So I know I'm guarded that way. But before I report this person to the streaming platforms of their fraud, I want to ensure that, they weren't a victim in the situation as well. So, you know, walk cautiously, walk with sure footing, go out there, ground. When these things happen, find your way to cleanse yourself so that you're not resonating in that energy, because it's just not worth it. It's somebody else's negativity, and we don't need to take it on. If we let it derail us from our path, then they're winning. And that is a goal that I don't want somebody else taking away from me. I'm here on my journey. I'm aware of my surroundings. Shit happens, literally. It's a Poo-Shoe kind of day. And I'm kind of glad it's over. I'm looking forward to connecting with some friends in person tomorrow. I just made a lovely vegetarian squash zucchini and leek uh, pot pie in a cast iron dish, one of my favorites with phyllo topping, that I'm excited to take to the potluck. And I know tomorrow is going to be a whole new day, and there will be new lessons to learn. Hopefully, it will not be a poo-shoe day, but if it is, maybe I'll realize that that poo on my shoe might be telling me to tread carefully, be aware of where you are stepping and the direction you are going, because the universe is trying to give you a sign. Anyways, thanks. Let me know if you had any kind of crazy warnings that you didn't at first notice, but later you found as a lesson. Drop a message in the comments. Thanks again for watching. These are still kind of the build up videos to the official launch, but that will be coming soon. So, you know, live happily, live with kindness, and let's get cosmic together. Take care.